Welcome to Wednesday night Strat-O-Matic 1969 baseball, presented to you by the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. My name is Jeffrey Guterman, and we have a night game tonight. So glad to see you all. You have a good crowd out here at Tiger Stadium. In a few minutes, we will start with the opening lineups for this ball game. Tonight, I will be using Blueberry Headband. This is a hybrid flower, 19.937% THC. And Ron McGrath has arrived. Welcome, Ron, to the ball game. It's a night game. And I will be using a simple chillum tonight. I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Oh, ow. God. And Kathy Harden has arrived. Ladies and gentlemen, Kathy Harden. A managing moderator on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network has arrived. And there's nothing like a night game to get the juices flowing, is there? This was a night game in real world. It was on August 1st, 1969. It's the first of a three-game series between the Chicago White Sox and the Detroit Tigers. The attendance is 27,651. A nice crowd. It was originally a Friday night game. And pitching for the Chicago White Sox is Paul Edmondson, a right-hander. He had 13 starts. He was 1-6 with a 3.70 ERA. Pitching for the Detroit Tigers will be Denny McLain, the ace of the returning world champion 1968 Tigers. McLain was 24-9 with a 2.80 ERA. He had 41 starts, I believe. He and Mike Cuellar were co-Cy Young Award winners, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. It's been a long day. Looking at the scoreboard for this date, the San Diego Padres beat the Chicago Cubs in Wrigley Field 1-0. Kirby went all the way, 9 innings, no earned runs. Bill Hands got the loss. He went all the way. He allowed no earned runs, but 1 unearned run on a 3-base triple by Billy, 3-base error by Billy Williams in the first for Arcia, and then knocked home by Pena with a base hit. Also on the schedule, another 1-0 game. The Angels beat the Senators 1-0. Rudy May and Ken Tatum combined for a shutout. It went 10 innings. And the unearned run came in the bottom of the 10th when Alomar singled home Rodriguez. Let's look at our opening lineups here. For the Chicago White Sox, facing Denny McLain. Leading off, Tommy McCraw in left field. He's a left-handed hitter. Batting second is Louis Aparicio. At shortstop, our tweet is up. And our tweet is good. Batting third at first, Gale Hopkins. Batting fourth in right field, Carlos May. Batting fifth at third, Bill Melton. Batting sixth in center, Buddy Bradford. The catcher, Ed Herman. Batting eighth at second base, Ron Hansen. And the pitcher, right-hander, Paul Edmondson. That's with a D, 2 Ds, Edmondson. Right-hander for the White Sox. For the Detroit Tigers, leading off is Mickey Stanley in center. Batting second, Tom Tresh at shortstop. Batting third, Al Kaline in right field. Batting fourth, Norman Stormin Cash, first base. Batting fifth, Willie Horton, left field. Freehand still injured. Jim Price is the catcher. Batting seventh, Tommy Matic at second base. Batting eighth, Don Wirt at third. And the pitcher, Denny McLain. And momentarily we expect the Detroit Tigers to take the field. The Chi Sox are in fourth place, 30½ games behind the first place Minnesota Twins. On their tail are the, I think it's Seattle, but I'm not certain. You can check the latest standings. They better watch it. Both Seattle and KC on their tail. They're playing very, very poor baseball, Chicago. The Detroit Tigers are playing good baseball. They're 7 games over 500, but it's not good enough. They're 16 behind Baltimore in the East, and they're in second place. Let me take a hit. Harden for the Tigers. That makes two of us. Woo. Over 27,000 here in Tiger Stadium, and the Tigers take the field. There's Denny McLain on the mound, taking his warm-ups with catcher Jim Price. In the infield, it's Cash at first, Magic at second, Word at third, Tresh at short in the outfield left to right. Horton, Stanley, and K-line. McLain on the mound. And the catcher, of course, as I said, Jim Price. And leading it off for the White Sox is Tommy McCraw, left-handed hitter. This is the first of a 3-game. McLain gets the sign from Price into his windup. The pitch to McCraw, 4-6, and he flies it to right. And K-line makes the catch, one away, and we are underway here at Tiger Stadium. Indeed we are. Wouldn't you say that? We're underway. Yeah, here comes Louis Aparicio. McLain into his windup. The pitch to Louis. 2-3. Walked him. So Aparicio walked by McLain with one out in the top of the first. He's being held. He'll be a 1-14 with Price. And Gale Hopkins switching with Carlos for the 3 and 4 spots in this lineup. Hopkins, a left-handed hitter. McLain now working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Hopkins. That's 1-8. And he grounds it back to McLain, throws to second to force Aparicio. 2 outs, and Hopkins on first. Yeah. Here comes Carlos May. Carlos, left-handed hitter. Okay, McLain is ready. Here's the pitch to Carlos. 2-11. And he flies it to right. K-line again. Makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits. The walk to Aparicio. The force out, and Hopkins left on first after a half an inning. White Sox nothing. And you like that? Yeah. And the Detroit Tigers coming to bat. I bet you like that. That's called Blueberry Headband, and it's very, very nice. I have 2 more 8ths. I have an appointment tomorrow, as you may recall, with the doctor at 4 p.m. That will impede our 3 p.m. game. What I might do is move it up to a 6:30 p.m. start. Well, here is Paul Edmondson, a spot starter for the White Sox. And leading it off will be Mickey Stanley in center field tonight. Tresh at short. And that's just misses for a ball to Stanley. Edmondson gets the sign from Herman. And ooh, the pitch to Stanley is a strike called. We're so glad to have you here on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. We're particularly pleased to be able to bring you a night game, a relatively rare event. In the actual playing. Okay, Edmondson, full count on Stanley. And the pitch. 6-4. Grounds it to short. That's Aparicio. He's a 2-18. Throws him out. And Stanley is retired. One down. Don't mind the thunder. We'll incorporate that into the game. There is a threat of rain, and we'll check it out. Tom Tresh is the batter now. Tresh a switch hitter, as I recall. He'll bat left against Edmondson with one out and nobody on. Here's Edmondson, the pitch to Tresh. Whoops, 1-6, and that is a base hit right up the middle, past the reach of Hansen. And Tresh is on with a single with one out. And here comes Al Kaline. So Edmondson works from the stretch now. Here's the pitch to Kaline. 3-3, and it's a ground ball to short, and it's the double play. So the side is retired. He was not held. And therefore, it is a double play with the plus. No runs, one hit, none left. And we've gone one here at Tigers Stadium on Wednesday night, Strat-O-Matic 1969 baseball. It's no score. And we're so glad you've decided to join us. Just sit back and let it soak in. Let's enjoy the time we have. And Denny McLain takes the mound. And Bill Melton is the batter. McLain walked Aparicio, left Hopkins on base, who reached on a force. Here's the pitch to Melton. 2-11, and that is a line out to short, caught by Tresh. One down for Buddy Bradford. Ooh, called strike by McLain. There's thunder, but not much happening here in terms of rain or anything. Here's the pitch to Bradford. That's outside for a ball. McLain, he winds, and the pitch. That's 5-10. That'll be a ground ball to third. Scooped by Wirt. And Wirt throws him out 2-away. And now Ed Herman is the batter. He bats left-handed, Herman. Here's Denny now. And the pitch to Ed Herman. 2 R's, 2 N's. That must have been fun, huh? Growing up. Walked him. That's the second walk given up by McLain tonight. Herman on first, 2 down. On a 2-7 walk. And Ron Hansen, the batter, Here's McLain from the stretch, and the pitch to Hansen. 1-6. Fly ball center. Under it is Stanley, and he makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits again, a walk again, and left on base. And after 1.5, here at the historic Tiger Stadium, which no longer exists, it's a scoreless ball game. We had 2-1-0 ball games today here on the SBN network. And it's really getting to be something. First, the Padres 1-0 over the Cubs, and then the Angels 1-0. Over the Washington Senators. Great baseball. Here the Tigers are coming up in the bottom of the second. And Storm and Norman will lead it off. Edmondson allowed a base hit, then to Tresh, he was doubled on Kalon's ground ball. Cash left-handed. Here's the pitch from Edmondson. That's 4-9, and hits a base hit for Edmondson. A nice clean single by Norman to lead off the bottom of the second. So Norman on first, and here's Willie Horton. Indeed. Nice to see Kaline, Cash, and Horton all in the lineup tonight. The only one we're missing is Freehand. And McAuliffe, who's out. He had surgery. The pitch from Edmondson. 3-8. Pops it up to short, and Aparicio makes the catch, one down. Here's Jim Price. Yeah. Edmondson from the stretch, the pitch to Price. That's 1-3. And he struck him out. First strikeout by Edmondson. And Tommy Matic comes up with Cash on first, 2 away. Matic, a left-handed hitter. So Mayo Smith loading up this team with as many left-handed hitters as he can against the right-hander Paul Edmondson. Here's the pitch to Matic. 4-7, struck him out, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We've gone 2, and it's scoreless. We're used to that by now, huh? Lord. And Denny McLain comes out, and the first batter will be Paul Edmondson. Can you imagine? Imagine if they had an announcer like this. I see that, Kathy. I see that right there. My stomach is a bit ragged because I ate a lot of Chex Mix. A lot, trust me. Oh, well, the coffee, you're right. You know, you're a very wise person, Kathy Harden. You really know your stuff. You're very organized. You're very clear, and I would say accurate. So, as I said, Denny McLain is on the mound, and leading it off will be Paul Edmondson. Paul is a 3 WR. And I have, 2 WR. I am so sorry. McLain has allowed 2 walks in the ball game, no hits, no runs. It's a scoreless ball game. Here's McLain now. The pitch to Edmondson. For 4, he's a right-hander. That's going to be a fly ball left. And Horton is under it. And there's one away. And that brings up Tommy McCraw, the left fielder. Hits left-handed. It's so nice to have a night game here on SBN with you, Kathy Harden. And we saw Ron McGrath here early. Here's McLain now. The pitch to McCraw. That's 1-9, and he flies it to left. McCraw I said McCraw. You know what's going through my mind? Horton caught that, and he catches it again. Oh yeah. 2 down. Horton with 2 putouts. And here's Louis Aparicio, walked out in a force. McLain is ready. And the windup, the pitch to Aparicio. That's 6-8, and that struck him out. And that's the first by McLain. 1-2-3 for McLain. No runs for McLain. It's scoreless after 2 1/2 innings. And here comes Paul Edmondson, who's pitching pretty good baseball himself, I would say, wouldn't you? Don Wirt leads it off. Here's Edmondson. The pitch to Wirt, 4-10, fly ball right. That's Al Kaline. And Al makes the catch, throws it back in. Whoa. Whoa. Lord. Let's make sure. Oh, we'll let it go. Here's Denny McLain, his first. Oh, we've seen such good pitching. Folks, we have seen such good pitching today. You know, because, you know, when there's too much hitting, too many relievers, I get irritable, you know, because it's not realistic. I guess sometimes it is, but when it's every frickin' game. But this has been a just like a paradise. And you play 1,944 games, you're going to see stuff like this. Here's McLain now. His first plate appearance this evening. The pitch from Edmondson. 5-5. Walked him. Oh, you hate to do that, don't you? You hate to walk McLain. You hate to walk the pitcher. So McLain on first, and Stanley is the batter. Grounded to short. McLain on first with a walk, one down. Bottom of the third. And the pitch to Stanley. 6-10. That'll be a grounder to short. Aparicio forces McLain at second base. That's 2 outs, and Stanley is on first. Good as an out. And that brings up Tom Tresh, who singled and was out in a double play. It's Stanley on first with 2 down. Edmondson from the stretch now. And the pitch to Tom Tresh now. 3-3. And he chops it to second. That's handled by Hanson. Throws to Hopkins, and the side is retired. So, another scoreless inning for Edmondson. No runs, no hits, a walk, 1 left. After 3 innings, we're scoreless again. And again, and again. McLain to start the 4th inning, facing the Chi Sox. There's no score here. We're at Tiger Stadium. We had some thunder. It rained for parts of the day and just before the game started, but the rain has ceased. Leading it off is Gale Hopkins. Top of the 4th. McLain. And the pitch, 6-2. Fly ball left. Horton. Can't get it. Drops in. The gap, and Hopkins into second with a double to lead it off McLain. A leadoff double by Gale Hopkins. That's going to bring up Carlos now. He flew to right. K-line in the first. McLain working from the stretch now. Here's the pitch to Carlos. That's 5-6. Fly ball center. Routine for Stanley, 1 out. Hopkins will hold. And Bill Melton, 0 for 1, popped to short. This is the SBN Network, Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. We're doing the 69 replay every day. On average, 2 games a day. Tonight is a rare third. On the field, Melton in the batter's box with Hopkins on second and 1 down. McLain from the stretch. The pitch to Melton. 3-7, and that is a base hit for Melton. Rounding third and coming home is Hopkins. And the White Sox take a 1-0 lead. Trying to keep it neat there for you, Kathy Harden. I'm trying my best. 3-7 base hits. Bringing home Hopkins. So Melton with a run batted in. And here's Buddy Bradford. So McLain gets tagged. Here's McLain now. The pitch to Bradford. 1-7. Struck him out. That's the second for Denny. And Ed Herman is the batter. He walked in the second. 1 run in this inning, top of the 4th for the White Sox. Hopkins doubled, then Melton singled him home. So it's Melton on first, 2 down. McLain, the pitch to Herman now. 5-4. Catcher X. Price a 3. 4-3. Tops it up. And actually, it's Price. Price makes the catch. That's kind of surprising when you have Herman, the catcher, doing that. You second guess yourself. But the side is retired. No, 1 run, 2 hits, and Melton left on. After 3 1/2, it's 1-0. Meanwhile, Paul Edmondson has been really pitching decent baseball here, considering he's facing the world champions of baseball. They don't seem to be what they were, though, last year, trailing the O's by 16 games. And in second place, Al Kaline leads it off. Here's the pitch. 6-8, and that is a ground ball to third. Picked up nicely by Melton, and that's 1 away. Here's Norm Cash. Storman singled. The only one of only 2 hits. Tresh had a single in the first. The pitch to Norm. 3-2. And he flies it to right field. And Carlos is there to make the catch. Very routine fly ball to right. And there's a little thunder again. Willie Horton steps up. We hope to get through this ball game. We're going with weather conditions right here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And if there's a delay, there's a delay. I like incorporating real world weather. And I'm right here, right by the door. There's no rain yet. It's 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Horton. Edmondson. 5-9. And Horton hits it out in the gap. It's a double by Willie Horton with 2 outs. A 2-out double. And Jim Price in a clutch situation. Struck out in the second. Edmondson trying to settle down. He's pitched 3 scoreless innings. It's 2 outs. Horton on second, and the pitch to Price. 1-7. Fly ball left. Tommy McCraw has it, and the side is retired. And look at Paul Edmondson throwing shutout baseball through 4. There's no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. After 4, it's 1-0. Chicago. And Edmondson pitching very good baseball. It's the top of the 5th now. McLain allowed his first and only run last inning. Again, Hopkins doubled and Melton singled him home. I just took a look at the weather outside. It's dark, but it's no rain. They say it's always quiet before the storm. Leading it off is Ron Hansen. Reminds me of Hansen, Mr. Hansen, and Sally Hansen, and what the hell was the kid's name? Davy Hansen. On Davy and Goliath, the puppet show. Loved it. Really good show. And it taught Christian values. Real Christian values, not the crazy ass shit you see today by some of the people out there. Okay, McLain to start the top of the 5th. Sorry, Kathy, I got off into a serious thing there for a moment, and it happens. We're going to go through the 5th, then we'll take a break. I'm going to take a cannabis break. I'm also going to be looking outside to see. Oh, there's some thunder again. Let's get this in. McLain on the mound to face Hansen. Here's the pitch from McLain. 2-7, and he struck him out. That's the 3rd for Denny McLain. I think he's very upset with himself for allowing a run last inning. Paul Edmondson throwing shutout through 4. Will hit, of course. Edmondson can go 7 without fatigue. Here is the pitch to Edmondson. 2-4. There's a base hit by Paul Edmondson. Right off his own card. And that shit happens. And he did it off Denny McLain. Lord. Here's Tommy McCraw. McCraw 0 for 2. It's Edmondson on first. He's wearing a jacket with the rain threat. Okay. So Edmondson on first, 1 down. Pitch to McCraw. That's 6-8. Struck him out. And that is the 4th for Denny, striking him out when he needs it. Lord. 2 down for Aparicio. He fouls it back and out of play. Feel free to jump in on text and join the fun. Reply to the games and the posts. Here's McLain. The pitch to Aparicio. 2-5. Base hit up the middle. Aparicio. Edmondson goes to 3rd. Edmondson was really on his horse. Look at that. Aparicio with a 2-out single, sending Edmondson over to 3rd. And the White Sox got something going here in the 5th. Okay. McLain trying to settle down. Hopkins doubled and scored last inning. Here's the pitch, 3-9. Fly ball left. Playable by Horton. And the side is retired. Well, how do you like that? Denny got out of that like Denny would. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. We gone halfway unless there's extra innings or some other thing goes on that we did not anticipate. And it's 1-0 Chicago. I've seen this movie before, and I liked it. I've seen it twice today. 2-1-0 ball games. It's going to be the bottom third facing Edmondson. The big story tonight. Paul Edmondson with the shutout. Leading it off Matic, and the pitch. 2-5. And there's a base hit by Matic. And that wakes up the crowd. We'll give this, if this persists, we'll pull out the other one. I got one waiting, Kathy Arden. Here's Don Wirt with Matic on first, no outs off Edmondson. Here's the pitch to Wirt. That's 4-9, and that he walked him. Whoa. See, sometimes you still get it. So, Edmondson is in trouble. McLain will hit. He's a 2 WR. He's an A frickin' bunter. And I'm going to tell you, they brought the infield in looking for the bunt by McLain. Edmondson from the stretch. The pitch to McLain. Oh, and he lays it down, and it's a beauty. Woo! It's a beauty. Lord, is that pretty. It's hit to the first base line, and it draws Hopkins off the bag, and he has to toss it to Edmondson for the first out, but Wirt goes to second and Matic to third. And Edmondson's in deep doo-doo. Can you imagine if you had an announcer who said crap like that? Oh, God, this is funny. Kathy, Mickey Stanley is up. He's 0 for 2. And Edmondson in trouble, no doubt about it. The infield is in on Stanley now. Tresh on deck. Here's the pitch. That's 4-12, and that's a ground ball back to Edmondson. It's an A with the infield in. And that means that Matic holds, and so does Wirt. A beautiful play by Edmondson to hold the runners. Just a pretty, pretty play, no doubt about it. And it's all up to Tom Tresh. Lord, this is a good ball game. Christ. Tresh, a switch hitter, batting left. Infield is back now with 2 outs. Wirt on first, Matic on second, Wirt. Matic on third, 2 down. Pitch to Tresh. 3-8. Walked him. Oh. Edmondson has loaded the bases with Tigers. And if there ever was a Mr. Tiger in our generation, I think we would say it's Al Kaline. Edmondson facing Kaline, 2 down, bottom of the 5th. The White Sox lead 1-0. Here's the pitch from Edmondson. 110. Lines it to first, caught by Hopkins. Right at him, but hit very hard. And the side is retired. Lord. Take your cardiac meds, folks. There's no runs, 1 hit, 2 walks, 3 left on. And after 5, it's a 1-0 ball game. Holy Christ. Holy Christ. Excuse my excuse my vernacular. Let's take a look. Get a quick look at the weather here in Detroit. Look at that. It is starting to drizzle here in Detroit. You can see it right there. But they're going to continue to play ball in this kind of weather. This is not a problem. If it gets much heavier than this, this game might have to be stopped. And there's nothing like a game that has a long rain delay, a night game, and then it comes back. And, you know, there's thunder now. And it's time for me to take my medicine. It's medication time, everybody. Here on the SBN network. And we hope that you're enjoying the ball game. We're going to be heading to the top of the 6th very, very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed that they will not resume the top of the 6th. It's raining in Detroit. Kathy Harden, it's raining. See, what I do is I blend real world weather into the Strat-O-Matic game. And it's the guy, they're not coming out to play in this kind of rain. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And we halt after 5 innings. And it's been a very good ball game. The White Sox lead it 1-0. It's Edmondson for Chicago, pitching shutout baseball, and McLain. And it's a very neat and a very clean ball game. And there's 27,651 in attendance right now. Something I like to do is go out in the rain on occasion, but not without an umbrella. And this umbrella has seen better days. And then I like to come back in and so I'm going to go out because I do this for Strat-O-Matic. And I'm going to check out the weather and see if this game should be called or not, because there's thunder. Hold on. We're in a rain delay here in Detroit. The rain is just letting up. Just a tad. The rain is letting up for real, and we'll give you an update. In due course. This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, and I've got something called Blueberry Headband. Blueberry Headband, if you can take a gander at that. It's a hybrid 19+% that feels like a blueberry headband. Now, we here at the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network understand that there will be times when we have rain delays. And it's during those times when we understand in a yet another level what baseball is about. We know that baseball is the only major game, major sport, where the defense holds the ball. Babe Ruth called baseball the only perfect game. And you know, Ruth knew a lot about fundamentals. I heard an interview with Ruth by Red Barber. Must have been the mid to later 40s, a year or two before his death, and he was talking all sorts of tips for how to play the outfield. People don't know that about Ruth, that he was a very good all-around player. The only thing he didn't do was steal bases. Occasionally he would. In fact, the 1926 World Series ended in his being thrown out on a steal attempt. And he wasn't really one of your best pitchers. In Strat-O-Matic, he'd be a 2 outfielder with a decent arm. He's not a 1. Maybe he was at one point. Well, if I ever do the 24 set, we'll see. That's his best freaking year, 376 with 54 homers. God almighty. I'd like to tell you that I am so fed up with mass media that I have taken it upon myself to increasingly spend more time and value my time on YouTube doing Strat-O-Matic baseball. Kathy Harden, comical. Yeah, that's one side of him. Yes. He'd kid around a lot. He also partied a lot and made it with many, many women. Okay? He was a larger-than-life character. He was a legend in his own time, a living legend. See how that weather's doing. I'd like to get back to this ball game. Oh my Lord. My little Jesus. The rain seems to have stopped. My little homegrown Jesus. Look at you out there. Lord. Look at you. Look at that, Kathy Harden. The rain has, for all intents and purposes, stopped. The ground crew is expected to come out in about 5 minutes, I've heard. 5 to 10 minutes. Take off the turf, the tarp in the infield. The outfield is soggy. There's no doubt about that. But it looks like we're going to get back to this ball game. Now, the big question for me, Kathy Harden, is how will this delay, fortunately it wasn't a very long delay, but how long will this delay affect Paul Edmondson and Denny McLain? And that's what I'm really wondering about right now. And by the way, it's just a drizzle right now. But the weatherman and the weatherwoman have gotten together and told us that they can play. They really want to get this game in. Now I'm going to take a walk and I'm going to peruse the area, because, you know, I do have some input, given that this is my frickin' league. Okay? I can't put this in. I'm gonna have to go over here. Lord, we're waiting for the tarp is not even removed yet. I thought it was gonna be very quick. What the hell? What the fuck? Look at that. Settle it like that for a while. However strange this is. Very, very strange. There. don't we just settle it that way? And I'm going to be taking a walk for a few minutes and hoping. You see how the wire continues to go. See how that works. We're hoping that the turf will be taken out. We do not mess around here, folks. We do not mess around at all here. Here's the bed. You know, it's just neat here. Alright, that's better. Oh, Lord, that's funny. Lord. You can see it's still drizzling here in Detroit, folks. We're hoping very soon. I'm going to go out for a few minutes, and when I come back, I'll give you an update. I don't think they're going to... They may just play and drizzle, but we'll see. Indeed, we'll see. I'd like to get this bowl game out, really. It's a lot of inconvenience to suspend a bowl game for a lot of people. No need for an umbrella, because I need to get the full action of how it will be when these players come out. The tarp has not been removed. 5 minutes have elapsed since I got that report. We've put out a query. Oh. If you'll excuse me for just about 3 to 5 minutes, I'll be back shortly. And I'll be closing the door because the neighbor always encourages me to do so, and he's right in this neighborhood. Okay, so I'll be closing the door just for a bit. can't really see it, but it's still drizzling pretty bad. You cannot play in this weather. You will not be able to play in this weather. And I'm hearing, because I overruled on that, but I'm hearing that they are going to wait at most 1/2 hour and then make a decision. They're going to wait till 8:15 p.m. Eastern time. That would be 7:15 in Detroit, here in Detroit. Oh! Oh! I'm gonna change into something dry. As far as a top goes, my bottom is fine. Folks, the rain has stopped, and the tarp is being taken off the field for this ball game. They're going to try to get this one in. The rain is now a very sporadic and light drizzle. We thank you for your patience tonight. It's going to take a few minutes to get the tarp off the field, and that gives me time to take a little more medicine That's good. We're getting ready to resume this ball game. Yeah. It was coming down. You saw it out there. Christ. You saw that freaking rain. Lord. The tarp is just about off the field. There are groundskeepers throwing sand on the mound, smoothing it over. This is a night game, folks. 27,000. And it doesn't look like too many have left. When you get a chance to see Denny McLain, so the turf is off the field, and the groundskeepers putting on the finishing touches to the base paths, the mound, the plate. There's a light drizzle. The outfield is soggy. We're going to head into the top of the sixth. Out come the Tigers. We've already set them up defensively. Denny McLain on the mound. Look at him digging. You got to do that. Digging into that mound. Chi Sox lead 1-0. We're in the top of the sixth. And here comes Carlos May, the leadoff hitter here at the top of the sixth as we resume this ball game in a very, very light drizzle. McLain is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Carlos. Whoa, 4-8, and he flies it to left. Horton. Out in that soggy outfield, hauls it down. It's soggy out there. I saw Horton moving around in that wetness. Knurps of moisture abound. And here comes Bill Melton now. Oh, this is surreal, Kathy Harden. This is hyper realism. Lord help me. It's so intense. Here's McLain. 3-6. Swung on and deep by Melton. It's gone. Horton watches it go. Oh, my Lord. Let's look at that again. 3-6. 1-13. It's a 1. There was no doubt about it. And the Chi Sox take a 2-0 lead. That's the second run batted in by Melton. It's about frickin' time Melton does something. Christ. Jesus Christ. So it's 1 out, 2-0 now, Chi Sox, and it's Buddy Bradford at the plate. How do you like that so quickly? Here's the pitch to Bradford. 6-5. Hit deep. Oh, and that's gone by Bradford. Back-to-back home runs. Oh, Jesus. Jesus, take the wheel, please. Oh, my Lord, I want to see that again. 3-0 Chi Sox. I know it's a bit of a pain in the ass to you, Kathy, but get into it. You know what I mean? Have you been token? Buddy Bradford, let's look at that again. 6-5, 1-5, and it's a frickin' 3. My Lord, that's as 3 as you get, and he's an N. Back-to-back home runs. Well, there you go. Kathy Harden makes a good point on Denny McLain. If that for him it did, we'll see about Paul Edmondson. Still a light drizzle, very light. They can play probably the rest of the night in this. Here's Ed Herman now. Whoa, 3-0 White Sox. The pitch from McLain. Lord. 4-6, and he flies it to right. This one's hit well, but it's playable by K-line, and that'll be 2 away. Lord almighty. Getting kind of messy over here. And it's Ron Hansen, the father of Davy Hansen from Davy and Goliath. And the pitch to Hansen. 5-6, struck him out. Oh, that'll be the 5th for Denny, but there were 2 runs on 2 hits, and they were back-to-back solo home runs by Melton and Bradford. Pretty dandy for White Sox fans, and still a very light drizzle. Here's Paul Edmondson. We'll go out. We'll just open the door and check after this inning is retired. Well, the Tigers have their work cut out for them. Paul Edmondson, we'll see how this affected Paul. He'll face Stormin' Norman. Coming right out. No, I did not, sir. Oh, that's sad, sir. He won, and it was in '69 when he won it. And he's winning tonight. Okay, Rich Strickland, thank you for the information. And he's been pitching a dandy game. We'll see, though, how this... And we love to learn about... I did not know that, Rich. Well, Stormin' Norman coming off the rain delay. 1 for 2. It's gotten a little bit solemn here, but Paul Edmondson, this game will be devoted to Paul Edmondson. And here's the pitch to Cash. 27 years old, 2-5, hits it deep, but that's playable by Carlos, and that's 1 down. Nicely hit, though. Here comes Horton. I always liked Horton. He had power. Not this year. He only hit 28. He was hurt a little bit, but not much. He did double in the 4th and was left on base. Here's Edmondson now. 2-8. Walked him. So Horton walks with 1 out. And here's Jim Price. You know, Freehand's been hurt. Sometimes he would play first He just couldn't catch. And sometimes he would catch, but he hasn't caught in a couple months. And when he did play, it was first, and he's out now for a while. Oh, bring me down, man. Take me down to hell. I'm a nihilist. Would you look him up tonight, Rich? So it caught your eye, and you looked him up tonight, and you learned this. That's very good. I do that all the frickin' time. It's like going into different worlds, you know. Thank you, Jerry Ball. Good for you, Rich. Thank you, Jerry Ball, for that addition. My Lord. So Horton's on first. Cash is flew to right. Horton on first, bottom of the sixth. Edmondson, though, is very much alive tonight. He's in the middle of a shutout. 3-0 White Sox. Price at the plate. Here's the pitch from Edmondson. That's 6-11. Fly ball right. Carlos going back. And remember, he's a 4. That's nasty, isn't it? It's a base hit. And Horton goes to third. He could not get that. Carlos could not get that. Yeah, thank you, Jerry Ball, very much. First and third, one out. We had a rain delay for some of you who are here now, but we resumed, I don't know, 15 minutes, 10 minutes ago. I'll be taking a look outside after this half. My only concern is the player's safety. Okay? Come on, frickin' people. You know, really. First and third, one out. Rain and baseball just don't mix. It's great for football, I'll tell you that. Awesome. Snow is even better. It's a war. It's a frickin' war. Okay, Matic. First and third, one out. The pitch from Edmondson. That's 2-5. And he singles up the middle. Matic. Horton comes home. There's the first Tiger run of the evening. A clean-ass single with one asteroid. Well, I shouldn't call it clean. It's 1-13. But you talk about clutch hitting. Tommy Matic with what was needed to get the Tigers on the board, give McLain something to pitch about. All right, Jerry Ball, you have a good night now. First and second now, one out. We see that Edmondson now allows his first run after the rain delay. Pitch to work, 2-9. Struck him out. Edmondson with his third of the night, and a big one. That's a big one. It's a big, pretty one. And McLain will hit. Edmondson struck him out. And the side is retired, but there was one run. On 2 hits, a walk. You remember the whole thing. First and second left on. Edmondson struck out the last 2. You can look at it from a Zen kind of thing, as if that's already nostalgic. And Denny's going to come out, take his warm-ups. Edmondson is due up. Edmondson, by the way, has a endurance of 7. McLain is frickin' 9 innings. Can you imagine? Check the rain now. I better go outside. It's very dark out there. I'll be right back. So I'll call this really. If this gets, if it picked up, I just feel uncomfortable. Kathy, I hope you understand. This is, take this shit very, very seriously. I will be back in 3 to 5, folks. I need to check out the area. Sometimes baseball is frustrating. Sometimes it's slow, and sometimes sometimes it's amazing. Just amazing. Yep. It's, it's a steady drizzle, and, call me conservative. I don't like it, but they're playing. I do not like it, though. White Sox due up, and here comes Paul Edmondson, the pitcher. The shutout was taken away after the rain delay. But this is a 3-1 ball game, no doubt about it. This is a bit late for us here on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. It's 8:06 p.m. Eastern. Okay, McLain starting off the 7th. Here's Edmondson now. That's 5-6. And he struck him out. That's number 6 for McLain tonight. And Tommy McCraw is the batter. The White Sox holding on to a 3-1 lead. Edmondson had a shutout, given up bottom of the 6th. Pitch to McCraw, that's 112. Grounds it to first. Stormin is Norman. And he steps on the bag, two-way. For Louis. You think about Louis playing in the 59 World Series for the Chi Sox. Here he is in 69, still at it. And he went on after this. I think he was traded to a team or two. Pitch from McLain, 5-9. Fly ball right. K-line. And the side is retired. 7th inning stretch. Do what you got to do. Wash out your blowhole. Swing your molecules. Powder your nose. Whatever the hell it is. This is the time when we're going to go to the bottom of the 7th. And Paul Edmondson, the late Paul, very tragic, we've learned, from Rich Strickler, as well as augmentation by Jerry Ball. Edmondson has been something. Imagine what he could have been. We've seen it tonight, no doubt about it. Okay, Mickey Stanley steps up, top of the Tigers order, bottom of the 7th. Stanley 0 for 3. Edmondson, the windup, and the pitch to Stanley, 5-8. It's a base hit to left. And McCraw throws it in. So Stanley with a leadoff single off Edmondson. And Tresh is the batter. Switch hitter, batting left. Tresh 1 for 2 with a walk from the stretch, Edmondson. That's 1-9. And he grounds it to first, double play. Oh my. A pretty play executed by Hopkins. He ran to the bag and then whipped it over to Hansen. 2 down now. And nobody out. And here comes K-Line. I once saw K-Line and others come into the Sac-Cherie movie theater for a matinee when the Tigers were in town for they must have had a night game. He was a coach. 2 outs, nobody on. The pitch to K-Line. 1-6, struck him out. Oh my, Edmondson with his 5th, and he's really pitching like a major leaguer tonight. No runs, 1 hit, none left. After 7, 3-1 Chi Sox, but you know, we got 2 innings left, 2 potential big innings. They're staying with McLain. It will be Hopkins, May, and Melton. Melton with a big home run, followed by Bradford with a home run. Hopkins doubled, and he scored on Melton's base hit. Melton has knocked in 2 runs. Here's McLain to face Hopkins, though. Top of the 8th. May is a Hopkins, right. You got it, Jeff. Here's McLain now. Oh, Lord, 3-9. And he flies it to left. It's a lazy fly ball. Horton is under it for the catch. 1 down. And here's Carlos, 0 for 3 tonight. And the pitch to Carlos from McLain. That's 111. And that is a, base hit by Carlos. His first of the game. So Carlos on first, 1 down. And here's Bill Melton again. Melton 2 for 3 today. Carlos with a very short lead off first. 1 out. The pitch to Melton. That's 1-4. And he pops it up to first for Norman. 2 down. And Buddy Bradford. 1 for 3 with a back-to-back home run after Melton. And the pitch, 3-11. Grounds it back to McLain. McLain tosses it to Norman, and the side is retired. So looks like the McLain has reached back into his form. We're going to start the bottom of the 8th just momentarily, please. I know it's been a very, very long evening. Yes, it has. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th. Tigers have 2 more shots at this. And the big story tonight is Paul Edmondson. He's pitched just very good baseball and only allowed 1 run. Here's Cash to lead it off. Edmondson winds and the pitch. 1-8. And that is a base hit for Cash. Leadoff single. They're getting leadoff hits. And here comes Horton. Willie is 1 for 2 with a walk. He doubled, walked, and scored. It's Cash on first. Very short lead with Horton at the plate. Edmondson from the stretch now. And the pitch to Horton. 6-7. Grounds it to second. This could be 2. Hansen, he's a 3. 19-3 might, 18-3 might be a re-roll. It is. Hansen, 18. It's again a re-roll. Let's get that sucker really rolled. Oh shit! Will this madness end? Let's really get this thing going. 10-3. And he boots it. Oh my. Hansen. Boots it for an error. Jesus. First error of the ball game. And the Chi Sox have first and second. That could have been a double play ball. Hansen charged with an error. First and second now. Here's Jim Price. Price 1 for 3 today. And the pitch to Price. Oh, that's a re-roll. Don't even look at it. 5-6. Fly ball center. Under it is Bradford and the runner's hole. 1 down for Tommy Matic. 2 for 3. Boy, they could use something here from Tommy again. He has 2 singles, knocked in a run. In fact, knocked in the only run. Here's the pitch to Matic now. 6-8. And that's hit well. It's a base hit. Cash comes home. Horton goes to third. I'll let anyone decide if they want to make it unearned. And I'm going to give them a second run batted in, but we'll take deferments. We'll take disputes. But in the long and short of it, it doesn't freaking matter. Edmondson has allowed his second run, and he is 1 hit or walk away from fatigue. And there is action in the White Sox order bullpen. And I'll tell you, I have no desire to bring Wilbur in because he pitched so poorly the last game. As I recall, I could be wrong. And warming up is Dan Osinski, a right-hander. I've liked using Osinski. He's warming. Here's Wirt. First and third, 1 out. The tying run is on third. Here, the infield back. Here's the pitch from Edmondson. 4-7, struck him out. Oh, got Wirt. Lord, got Wirt. That would be like maybe like a sausage meat in Germany or something. Got Wirt. You would make it a U though, you know. It's 2 down. There's going to be a hitter for McLain. They're not fucking around, you know. I don't care how good he is. It's time to fucking get a hitter here. McLain went 8. He's the loser of record. He pitched very good baseball. 2, 3, 5, 6 hits. Very McLain. You know, the home runs were a little bit undesirable, I would say. 2 walks, struck out 6, and allowed 3. In case you're interested. Who's warming? Timmerman was used last game. He'll be able to not pitch if that's the way to go with it. They have 2 pitchers. They have Pat Dobson, who was used primarily as a relief pitcher. I believe he's the same who went to the Orioles in '70 and won over 20 games. Or 20 games. Hiller, the lefty, Dobson, the righty, are warming. Let's see who's coming in to hit. It's probably going to be the usual guy. It is Jim Northrup. Now that is I think that's a powerful little punch you have there. He's not injured as far as I'm concerned. McAuliffe is out. Freehan is out. I know that. Here's Northrup. Clutch situation. Edmondson. The moment of truth. From the stretch, the pitch to Northrup, first and third, 2 down. 2-5, grounds it to short. Aparicio throws it over to Hopkins, and the side is retired. Edmondson gets out of it. He does allow 1 run on 2 hits, the error, and 2 left. It's a very, very slow, almost excruciating kind of game, and I love every freaking minute of it. There's a new pitcher for the Tigers. And it is John Hiller, the lefty. Hiller coming out of the bullpen. Big hand for John Hiller. Oh, listen to that. Listen to that frickin' reception. For what? To make them not lose anymore? Come on. Okay, he's ready. Here's Ed Herman to lead it off. 0 for 2 with a walk. It's lefty-lefty. They're going to let him hit. Here's Hiller now. The pitch to Herman, 5-5. Struck him out. Lord, Hiller on 3 strikes. Very rare, isn't it? Here's Hansen now. He's 0 for 3, struck out twice. It's 3-2 Tigers. This is a good ball game, folks. We've gone. Let me up that air conditioner, really. Let me. Sometimes I keep it on economy, but sometimes I like to put it on cool. It's not expensive. Very energy efficient. Here's Hansen now. 1 out, nobody on. Hiller winds. And that's 5-9. Grounds it to short. That's for Tresha 3. 16-3. And he throws him out. Tresh 2 down. And here's Edmondson, I'll tell you. There's a hand for Edmondson. Edmondson will hit. If it was in Chicago, boy, they'd be giving him all sorts of cheers. It's a 3-2 ball game. It's 2 outs. Nobody on. Edmondson at the plate. He's a 2 WR. If you're looking ahead to the bottom of the ninth, for the Tigers, it will be the top of the order. Stanley, Tresh, and K-line. Here's Hiller now. The pitch to Edmondson. 5-4, right-hander, fly ball center. Getting under it is Stanley, and Lord, he's 1. And Lord, he makes the catch, as we would hope he does. And it's a 1-2-3 for Hiller. Hiller is a very good pitcher and a very good relief pitcher. That's all we needed from Hiller. Folks, it's the bottom of the ninth. What a ball game it's been. Look at young Paul Edmondson. If he died in 70, well, he's about 26 now. And in your memory, Paul, we're saluting you. Although some of us wouldn't mind if the Tigers came back. And leading it off will be Mickey, I was going to call him Nicky Stanley. Mickey Stanley. But not before I take my bottom of the ninth power hit. And I don't think he would mind very much. This has been a good game. I've enjoyed even the rain delays. I thought we made the most of it. Kathy Harden, have you been partaking this evening? That's good. Any of you remember that actor in the movie The Professional, Gary Oldman, when he took a pill? It's a very, very intense actor. I got a little snippet left in there. Here's Mickey Stanley now. I know this is a different kind of view. This is an angled view. I'm gonna give it to you because I likes you. I want you to experience all different things. I'm gonna give you right on here now. Mickey Stanley leading it off. Bottom of the ninth, Paul Edmondson has allowed 2 runs. Here's the windup, the pitch to Mickey Stanley. 1-6, fly ball left. McCraw, 1 out. Here's Tom Tresh. Ooh, what a game. Tresh 1 for 3. Here's Edmondson. The pitch to Tresh, 4-3, left-handed, grounder to third, Melton a 3, 3-3. It goes through for a base hit by Tresh. Now people getting excited now. Oh, people getting excited. Tresh on first, 1 down. Here's Al Kaline. 0 for 4 tonight now. Kaline steps out of the batter's box a moment. Seems to be adjusting something on his crotch, but it's okay. Okay, he's 0 for 4. Could be a superstitious ritual, who knows? I am sorry. Oh, I'm riding this. Kathy Harden, I am riding this one strong. And I'm having a good time at it, too. Yeah. Okay, Edmondson is ready. He's working from the stretch, obviously. Kaline at the plate. Tresh on first, 1 down. And the pitch to Kaline. Oh, shit, 5-7. Grounds it to short. Double play, and the ball game is over. Paul Edmondson. Oh, with a complete game win. Look at that Chicago team. It's like they won the goddamn World Series or something. Oh, congratulations to Paul Edmondson, the star of the ball game. Kathy Harden, if you have any comments you would like to make about this ball game, because this was a very good ball game for a third game today. 2-1-0 games, and now the White Sox 3-2 over Detroit on such a nice pitching performance by Paul Edmondson. We've learned today that before the 1970 season, February 13 to be exact, he died in a car crash. And at the age of 27, he had only won 1 game, and that was this game. I will be compiling his win-loss record. When we hit 1250, I'm going to be spending the time. I'm not looking forward to it. And we'll see how Paul's doing. But tonight was a performance by Edmondson. No one expected it. He won 1 and lost 6 with a 3.70 ERA. He did have 13 starts. Pitched 18 innings. I guess he couldn't get through too many innings in a start. Maybe 4.5 on average. Back then, that was marginal. Well, but tonight he was a big winner. He pitched 9. He allowed 10 hits, and they were rather scattered tonight. He walked 3 batters, and he struck out 6, and he allowed 2 runs, and it was a winning performance. All 3 games were unbelievable, Kathy Harden. I just read your comment. Absolutely. The loss goes to McLain. It shows that he is not invincible. You get this sort of this mystique, this aura of Denny McLain as a pitcher, how dominating, but no, because Edmondson was unbelievable. He could have won on most days, most nights. Hiller came in, pitched 1, he was perfect. Struck out a batter. The final line, Chicago 3 runs. Look at this, folks. 6 hits and 1 error. The Tigers 2 runs on 10 hits. Out hitting the White Sox by 4 hits and winning. And that's a very good thing to do. No errors. The star of the game is Paul Edmondson. We want to thank you for being with us. This game has been 2 hours and 5 minutes in total length. A great game to finish off. Now, tomorrow, we have a morning game. I don't even think I posted it yet. And I'm not going to post it until the morning. You have a nice evening, Kathy Harden. Thank you for being with us so much. So much, Kathy. Kathy makes this place. Cleveland at KC. I have not posted it, or else I'd remember having done so. Yeah, it's not posted. Nothing's going to be posted tonight because I've had it. Okay, I have frickin' had it. I'm going to put these teams away. Part of me doesn't want to quite finish it, but the game is over. Tigers, this is the post-game show. I'm not going long. Hiller, good pitcher there. Tigers lose the first of this 3-game series, a very toughly played game. I would say. It was just a tough game. Edmondson was very, very effective. Even though he had base runners, he was able to get out of it. He finally let up a run, then a second run, but finished it off Al Kaline, future Hall of Famer, no doubt about it, to ground into a double play and end the ball game. And that was some hell of a ball game, you know? To be able to experience a performance like that by a Paul Edmondson, who we hardly know, if at all. I might have remembered his name. Who died just, according to this game, 7 months after this game, in an auto crash. Sometimes I just lose a rubber band. You know that? I got the. They give you these spares. These are awesome. There, we'll put our pitchers hitting cards right over here. Okay. If you want this to be a little neater, I'm very tired after playing 3 games, and this game with a rain delay was particularly exhausting. The hell? We'll put this one in the books tomorrow morning. We'll remember to do so, because you have to look at it. And so another night of Strat-O-Matic comes to a conclusion. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Jeffrey Guterman. This is SBN, the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, and we're doing the 1969 replay. We're going to finish it in about a year, less than a year, because we have like 700 plus games. We're at a clip of 2 a day, and it would be just under a year, probably just before the start of the 2024 season. Then we look forward to doing all sorts of new experiments, including my obtaining both the 19, this is just a plan. We have not put any of this into fruition. We would do 1911 and 1924 simultaneously, and we would hope, but understand that we may never not finish it. And isn't that kind of a nice way to go? You know, at least you enjoy the ball games, and maybe we'll keep the stats on an ongoing basis and play a I'll keep all sorts of records, like up to date. That's why a game would be a very time-consuming event, and we don't care. We understand that life is a process. We never fully arrive. We enjoy the passage of time, try to engage in meaningful activities, be responsible to ourselves and others. And if we want to smoke some grass, we'll smoke some grass, as long as we're not hurting anybody. As far as I'm concerned, I'm on medical weed. I'll show you a little snippet of what I got over here. This is called Blueberry Headband. I kind of like the name of it, don't you? Blueberry Headband. And it's just a little nugget that I took out from this. This right here. You can see it reads Blueberry Headband. That's a nice looking bud. There it is. That's 19. It's a hybrid. I've always liked weed. Weed is a perfect drug for me. I do not endorse it for anybody else but me. But weed is a really good drug for me. This is going just a bit longer than I had anticipated. We'll see how long. I think I can pump this out for a few more minutes. I'm fascinated by the life and death of important people in human history. I'm fascinated by all of it. And we'll just take a little. You see how little we take. You see this little piece right here? You can hardly frickin' see it. You see that? How little that is? Okay, you see? And you just put that in your chillum, and you take a whiff of that. Let's give it a try. Just you and I. Oh Lord, that's good. Oh my Lord, that's good. Hey. Oh, you monster, you you dirty little monster. Oh, Lord, don't do this to me. Please. Please don't do this to me. No. No, please. Please don't do that. Stop it. Please stop it now. Please stop. This was a great game. Okay, everybody. And you all have a good night. Great night, everybody. This has been a broadcast of the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, SBN, with your host, Jeffrey Guterman. We've enjoyed Kathy Harden. I feel good about Paul Edmondson's win tonight in a very meaningful way. When you think about life, how precious it is, but at the same time, so ubiquitous and so much suffering and death. And I would say life is not easy to do. It's not easy to be a Homo sapien. Now, some people may have it easy. Some people find ways to cope easy. I don't want to get into that. What I want to get into is to strip down completely nude and oh shit, I don't think I should go any further. Oh, Mike Terranova, it was we missed you, Mike. This was quite a ball game. I don't want to tell you a stinking word about it. Really. This one went on well over 2 hours. The whole thing over 2 hours. We're not even done. We're about to end. In fact, has nothing to do with you or anything. I have been reckoned to complete this broadcast at any moment, and I'm going to do so now, folks. I want to say to all of you, yeah, you watch it later if you want, though. Stay strong, be well. I'll catch you next time. We have a game tomorrow. I am just too tired to even look it up right now. It's not even posted. The standings for this game were not posted. But we got them ready. And I'm not sure what time it's going to be tomorrow. I think there might be a morning game and then a night game again because I have an appointment at 4 p.m. See you tomorrow, Mike. Thank you for dropping by. 4 p.m. with my weed doc. Talking of weed. You all have a good night.